Hey guys, it's Christine again. Coming from you from Christine's Photography. I'm coming with you with another tutorial. This is going to be a really kind of a lengthy video tutorial because there's so many effects that we're going to be using today in Photoshop Elements. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started. I have a great photo here that I finished editing back in the summer. I took my niece's photo. She is a cutie patootie. And I just love the created effect I had ended up with this photo. So let's get started. I have the after photo. Of course, this is the look that we're going to be going for. But of course, here is the before photo. So we always want to duplicate that photo by duplicating a layer to have that background copy. Now, I'm going to be using a black and white photo effect on this. And there's two different ways you can get your black and white effect. The first way is just by going up to the top to enhance and going to convert to black and white. And it just pops up the black and white before and after. So definitely want to click on your select style part, portraits. But as you can see, there's different effects you can just play around with. But since it is a portrait, we're going to keep it as portrait and just select OK. The other way you can get a black and white photo effect is by going to the round half circled for your adjustment layers and go to your gradient map, which is one of my favorite tools to use in Photoshop Elements. I absolutely just love it, and we're going to click on that today. And as you can see, I already had, usually the gradient map usually starts with a black and white palette. Sometimes, just depends, but as you can see, I've got my black and white up there. So now what I need to do is I need to make sure that the black and white gradient palette applies to the color photo. So right click your mouse and go down to merge down, and that way it makes that background the black and white. Now, next step is I'm going for the look to where her bows in the picture are pink, but I want them to be pink with the black and white that we have going on for the photo. So in order for us to get that pink back in the bows, there's two different ways you can do it. You can add a layer mask to the background copy by going to your layer mask adjustments right here. And it's going to add a layer to the photo that you're working on. And then you would just zoom in to the area that you want to add that color back to, and just click the area to add that color. I'm kind of going fast because there's so much that we have to do to get the photo to where we need to be. So that's the first way. The second way you can get your color back in the black and white photo is by going over to your left of your elements to the tools and select the eraser. I usually use the eraser. I don't do so much with the mask. I don't think really there is a difference. I just prefer the eraser. So, of course, you want to zoom in. Zoomed in too much. You want to zoom in on what you're about to add color back to and just trace over the area that you would like to add the color. This is a really popular technique that a lot of photographers are using in their work and their editing. Lots of clients love the effect. I know when I had done this photo and posted it on my Facebook that I had several people just going crazy over this look. So something about it really does stand out. It makes this photo stand out really spectacular. So let's just kind of highlight this area. So there we go. It's not as perfect as the original, but because there's so much to do, I'm just kind of going through. So now that we've got that effect, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my background copy, right-click my mouse, and going to flatten the image. And the reason why we want to go ahead and flatten the image is just to make sure that our layers are connected all into one, since we've got the colors that we wanted back in there. So once you have that, you just have your one background. So then again, you need to duplicate the background. As you can see, my niece has a little boo-boo on her forehead. Something you definitely don't want to keep in there. So always use that spot healing brush to your left and resize your brush and just trace over that little area. And as you can see, it's gone. Now, since you traced over that area, you definitely want to make sure you can either duplicate, or I usually just flatten the image and just duplicate again. So now, as you can see, we're halfway done with the photo. I'm going to add a little bit more brightness to the photo by using a diffuse glow. It's also one of my favorite techniques to use in this Elements. So what we're going to do is going to go to Filter. We're going to go to Distort and Diffuse Glow. It's going to pop up the diffuse glow. As you can see, it's definitely, just because of where the presets are, it's definitely too much that you can't really see the picture. So let's go ahead and just reset them back to the normal areas, which the clear amount, I'm sorry, you have to have it to where you see the picture. So we definitely want to highlight a little bit of the area to her face and around it. So you're going to take the glow amount and just kind of drag it over a little bit, and as you can see, it highlights her face a little bit more. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and select OK on that, and as you can see, it over brightens the photo, but that's okay, because what we're going to do next is I'm going to go back to Filter and give it a little bit of a blur. And I'm going to tone it down to maybe about 10% of a blur and hit OK. Go to Normal and select the Soft Light. And as you can see, it definitely has mixed in the diffuse glow along with the blur, along with the color. However, I still need a little bit more brightness to this. So I'm going to go to the Enhanced tablet, go to Adjust Lighting and to Brightness. I'm going to slide that over just a little bit, and my contrast. So that looks pretty good. It may not be as perfect as the original, but it's just taken this so much to do in this photo to get to where the original photo started at, the final photo. But because I'm trying to keep this kind of a short tutorial, I just want to show you the basics on how to get started. And then once you kind of get familiar with it, you can take the time to really get it to where you want it to look. Last but not least, always adjust your sharpness to the photo. Before doing that, I'm sorry, you need to go ahead and flatten your image. So right click the arrow, go to the flat image, and then you can go to your Enhanced tablet and adjust sharpness. And of course, you can zoom in here or zoom out to kind of see the picture. It is good to zoom in on certain areas, but I kind of just go by this area here. But either way, you're good to go. So we definitely want to sharpen it up just a little bit more. It's a little bit too sharp. It's kind of make her eyes a little bit dark. There, that looks about pretty. That looks really good. So I know I kind of went fast in this tutorial, but the main thing I wanted to show you guys is just how to add color back to a black and white photo, because like I said, it's such a popular look. Hope you really enjoy this. Please visit my Facebook page at facebook.com/Christine's Photography. And I hope you have a great day and happy editing.